Okay, guys, so we are back. Get the right window. We're back in, well, apparently the mine. Why am I? What is going on here? There we go. Let's get this set up real quick. We are on Seattle Sanctuary, Worm Unlimited, Ironman Saga, and it is Monday, and we're kind of in the dark. Yeah. Oh, there's the forge. Okay, let's run out and check on some things. I can hear the crickets, which means it's nighttime. I did, by the way, bring Alpha over here and pulled my cart out. So it's right there, so it's not stuck anymore. I even actually tried using Alpha to just move the cart, and it wouldn't work. I actually I had to summon it out. Um, it was kind of a pain in the booger. So it is now out. We can use it again. Let's go over here. No, charcoal pile still there, so it's not done yet. Let's check on food. We should probably take a look at that. What do we got? Just ash. Okay. So we're going to head over here. And we're going to drop the ash and pick up our rake. So we'll check on all the crops. And yes, I know some of you are wondering what the decision is. Well, we'll get into that. We will get into that. Just not right away. If you want to know which direction the Ironman Saga is going to go, you're going to have to watch the video. Because I'm not going to say that it's going to be at the end of the video or somewhere in the middle or the beginning. Or I'm not going to tell you. When we get to that point, I'll announce. We're going to need the pottery bowls too. I will announce, and the carving knife. And what kind of nonsense do we have for logs here? Yeesh. Well, actually, we can probably use the oaken log. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, when we get to that point in this video, we will announce which direction Iron Man is going to go in order to be considered self-sustaining. We need shafts. No, we need kindling, and we need wood scraps. But we have wood scraps, so let's make some more kindling. And we're going to take the log with us too. So we got something to burn. So I will tell you, however, I was on the server a little bit ago, and of course, I had to bail out for a little bit and take care of some things around the house here, help the wife out, but Morph was on, and Crow was on, and Biddy was on, and we were BSing a little bit. Actually, Morph was on while I was working. I wasn't really saying anything, but I was kind of watching the GL Freedom chat, and they were talking about the mines and farming and all kinds of stuff, building bridges and um, but actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and build some more. Why not? And then Morph had to leave for a little while, so it was just me and Biddy and Crow. And I got chit-chatting with Biddy, and then Crow had to take off for a minute. So it was just me and Biddy. But it was dark, just like it is now, and I'm trying to work on fixing stuff and things, and it just wasn't working. It's really really difficult to work on what you've got to, or to see what you got to work on. Like here, it's difficult to see. Is that a rise, or is it just the way the land is? Or and yesterday, while I was working, I ended up. Oof. Actually, let's see. Let's go here for just a second. We're going to drop these items right here into a box. Okay. We're going to keep the rake. We're going to drop the ash in here. And we're going to close that guy up. Now, we are looking like we are ripe. Pretty much across the board. You can see all the white poof balls on the cotton. So we're going to start harvesting. We can use the food. Untended. Okay, well, not quite. Actually, it's not going to matter. These are full grown. One stage before this, they would be more of a whitish orange, so we're just going to go ahead and harvest them. Yeah, we got 6, so they're definitely ready to go. Sometimes you get 6, sometimes 7, sometimes 5. But we're just going to harvest away, grab every crop we can, so we get a bunch of food. Anyway, so yeah, I was working on the server yesterday, and I was trying to get Biddy's GM character set up in North Point. Let's double check. Yeah, okay. Effectively with the same I don't know what you call it, skills, abilities, traits, whatever, as what Alpha has. Since she is a GM on the server, and she is going to be, as far as I'm currently willing to go, she is going to be the only other GM that has a GM level 5 access. So, that said, Alpha and Corey are level 5 GMs. They are the top of the top. Later on, if we got some cotton that's not quite ripe right there. That green leaf is not quite ripe. But if got another one right there too. If I decide to add, which I'm probably going to end up adding other GMs down the road. But right now, it's just Corey and Alpha. And that's the way it's going to end up staying. So I was trying to get her set up with the same exact access that I've got on Alpha over at North Point. Ooh, light spike. And of course I'm moving a little slower. So what we're going to end up doing is we'll go back over and we'll drop this stuff off. Yep, we're at 72. So if we open the character window, you can go right here to wait. Max weight is 131. You can see that at the bottom. So at total weight of 75.7, that puts us kind of between 50% and 25%. So we're kind of at that, I would say, like 60% speed-ish area. So we want to go ahead and open this, and we're going to drop the pumpkins and the strawberries in there. Two of Biddy's favorites. Still don't have any cabbage. Oh, and we need to, let's close this one. We're going to open this one, and we're going to drop the cotton in there. Okay. Come back over here. Anyway, I was trying to get her set up, and yeah, just for whatever reason, I couldn't get it figured out, and I did some more research today, and effectively, I got to create a whole new role to be able to get it to work. But we're gonna farm this one because it's not quite ripe, and we're gonna farm this one because it's not quite ripe. See those green leaves on there? It means it's only stage 4. It's not quite stage 5. Let's see. Okay. See how the Wimp, they've got these bright yellow tops, I guess. But if you go to this one, those aren't there. So this one gets farmed. This is a stage 4. These ones here are all stage 5. So see, bright yellow tops. No bright, no bright yellow tops. They're there. They're just not there. I think that's right. Oh, I can't tell anymore. Well, we're going to sacrifice. So we've got this one's good gravy. Let's get off to the side here. Okay, so that one was farmed. This one has bright tops on it. So we'll harvest this one and see what we get. Wimp plants 7. Okay, and this one here does not. So let's harvest this one. I'm almost certain. Interesting. They're both giving 7. That only gave 6. So maybe the bright yellow tops are the non-finished ones. Okay, we're at 20. Yep. So it is actually these ones that are completed. These ones with the bright tops are not. That's okay. We're going to finish harvesting all of them. We got 26, 33. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Okay, so ignore what I said before. These ones are not quite ripe. These are stage 4. But we're going to go ahead and harvest them anyway because we need the fibers. And we'll get this one. Oh, I'm sorry. So what I was saying is I was trying to get her set up, and I ended up accidentally clicking on something that I really shouldn't have. Um, um, Give me just a second. We'll head up to my deed token and see if it gives me the option here. We're going to move both of these over into there. We're going to close that. We'll just go ahead and drop the rake in here for a minute. Okay, so we're going to go up to the settlement token and see if it gives us the option. And then, whether it does or doesn't, I'll explain to you exactly what happened. And here it wouldn't be such a bad idea, but I don't see the option here. Yeah, it's not giving me the option here. But there was an option in the list here that basically said something about turning to lawn, and I wasn't intending on clicking on it. I was actually going to click on the manage roles, but at just that point where I was going to click on it, and I was actually over on the edge a bit more, my mouse geeked out, and I went to move it to kind of shake it around. And when I did, I clicked at the same time. Well, it ended up, what happened was it ended up going down a couple or up a couple, whatever, and over and clicked on the lawn thing. It turned all of the grass into lawn. Well, lawn is the very first stage of the grass. So all this is growing wild. If I had shears, or I think it's shears, or a sickle, scythe, something, I can cut the grass and take it down to basically lawn. I haven't ever done it in this game, so I don't know exactly what the stages are. But from my understanding, there are a few different stages, and lawn is the closest cut one. Is that more? That is. That's yellow. But it basically, for the entire deed, it ended up being very, very, very close cut grass. And it took out my trees, it took out the garden I had in place, everything. So the entire deed, other than where the buildings were, and the fences, the walls, that sort of thing, if it wasn't nailed down, it was part of nature, it wiped it out. It's all just grass. So I had to go back through tonight and was trying to fix some of it. I mean, it even took out my mine door. So you couldn't even get into the mine. Thankfully, the mine still exists. And since we had a road going to it, it was pretty easy to figure out where the entrance was supposed to be. So I just fixed that and put a new mine door on, but it had switched it over to where that tile wasn't a quote-unquote cave opening anymore. It was actually lawn, grass. So yeah, it really messed some things up. But North Point is back to not really 100%, but it's getting there. I was planning on doing the video and then going back in and doing some more work on it, but I didn't get that far. So I will continue to work on it, but for those of you that are playing on this server that watch these videos, there are trees surrounding again. There's I have not gotten to the farm yet. The There was an issue with the boxes, the food storage bins and bulk storage bins and so forth not working. Those are now working. Um, and I used a completely unassociated alt, has no deed, has no gear, has no nothing. Um, no powers whatsoever. Effectively, it's another Ironman test character. Um, but it's still got a tent on it. But um, I went to the chicken pens and picked up some eggs. Went into the kitchen in the North Point Inn to test to see if I can open the bins, if I can put stuff in the bins, and if I can take stuff out of the bins. And it is working now. I did the same thing with Crafter's Corner next door, which is where the kilns, the looms, and spinning wheels are. Testing those boxes, and they didn't work for a minute. Um, what I discovered is I actually had to put in a door somewhere. Well, the way Crafter's Corner is built, there's not going to be a door. It's wide open on all sides. It's got archways that kind of. Okay, so right where my mouse cursor is, actually, let's go up one tile. Okay, there's a. Imagine this is a wall that's actually standing up. Right here in the center is a beam that comes up and splits two ways. So it's a T arch. So the next tile over would have the same thing. So the top bar coming across this way would connect with this top bar. So it creates an arch going, about half the tile and into the next tile. And then it repeats for the next one and so forth. So it's wide open. So I had to actually create a secret area right above the technical entryway over by the main road. If you go into the building and look up, all you're going to see is walls. Well, there was a little 1 by, I think, 3 area up there that I created effectively a small room that does nothing. It's got a wall. It's got a door. That way I can put a lock on the door and actually put the settings on the building, forcing it to accept the fact that people, that those storage containers that are in that building are accessible. Otherwise, it would say, nope, the guards tell you you can't do that. So in order to fix it, I had to put a door in. Well, I didn't want a door down below, so I made a secret door. Okay, so the charcoal pile should still be lit. We're going to double check this. Examine. Yeah, it's still lit. So we'll keep working on that. Let's see. Where are you at? Right now we're blueberries and olives, and I'm still trying to figure out the olive thing because eventually I want to be able to plant olives to make olive oil. Olive oil would be very, very nice. It's used in a lot of lamps for the fuel. That is not the direction we're going to go, though. I did get a few suggestions. I got a few suggestions that were not in the comments. A couple of people that watch actually have my personal email address, and one of them actually has my phone number. So I got I got a few comments that were not listed in the comment section. Suggestions on which direction I should go. But like I said, we'll get into that here in a little bit. What we're gonna do? Oh, we need food. That's right. I spaced. So, hey Crow, hey Morph. Um, Sorry guys, kind of doing the video right now. If you see this character, if you see it's Iron Duck logging in, um, then you know I'm either getting ready to do my video or I'm actually doing the video. Um, so I do apologize for not responding. I'm just trying to focus on what's got to happen. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take all of this. And we're going to go over here and we're going to drop the rake. Okay, we've got fuel, kindling. We don't need the carving knife now. We got the pottery bowl. Let's open this back up and we're going to grab. So this can be used later. I believe we have some fuel in there. I can't remember. But we're going to go ahead and take this one since it's a full log. We'll close that. We need to grab some food. Open. Oh, okay. Another character I didn't realize was logged in. All right. So what we want, we have. You know what? Let's use some canine meat. We'll do 6 dishes. Get us up there a little bit. If we need more, we can always come back out and get more. Um, we don't really have a whole lot that we can throw in there, guys. So let's do. We're just gonna cook some basic stuff, I guess. So 6 pumpkins and 6 strawberries, and that's gonna have to be good enough for the moment. We really do need to get some other stuff planted, but we've got to get some food going. Oh, hey, where's butcher knife? Butcher knife. I think it's in here. Yes, it is. Close that. I'm gonna take advantage of this one. And actually, we need the shovel too. Let's go get the shovel before we start picking stuff up. Open. Put that in there. We'll close this. Come on. Looks like there might be a couple more out in the water too. Okay. So open this. We got lamb meat. Okay, we're going to take all of it. We're going to close that and we're going to get the shovel and bury that. Did not get coin for that one. Oh, that's an old seal. That's an aged seal. Oh, okay. Well, I thought there was 2 more corpses out there, but apparently not. That's alright. We can drop the shovel, the meat, or I'm sorry, yeah, the lamb meat, fat, butcher knife, all in the cart for now. Grab them on the way out. So I do want to thank everybody for their suggestions. There's quite a bit to consider, and I've decided on a compromise. Open the cart. So we need this one to this one, and we're going to put those in here. Close that, and we're going to leave the cart out here. Yeah, we're doing a compromise. This is a multi-part-ish thing because they all kind of go together. Oh yeah, I guess we can secure it, can't we? Oh no, that's right. It's too poor quality. So open. We need pottery bowls, and we're going to take the meat. We're going to put a meat in each one. We're going to put a pumpkin in each one. Just to make sure we got everything correct. And we're going to minimize those. We're going to open the strawberries up. We're going to put a strawberry in each one. Okay. And we're going to take our pottery bowls and we're going to throw them in there. That can be minimized. We need, I thought, oh, we didn't grab any. That must have been in the box that was right next to it that is now not there. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. No worries. So we're going to put this log in there because that's what's going to burn. We're going to put the kindling in here. And we're actually going to put this stuff in here for a minute as well. Kill that. Kill that. Just double check in here. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, there's daylight shining through. We got to go get some wood scraps. We have a bunch in the, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and drag the cart as well. We're not going to use it here. We're going to need it over here. We've got to get some more planking down so we've got a clear road. That way we can see exactly what the heck we're doing. And I want to do a second pass. We got actually two paths, and it'll be a little bit faster too. We're going to bring this guy over here. Put him by the deed token. Stop dragging. Open. We're going to take these four things. This way. We're going to drop some of this stuff off and grab some wood scraps while we're here. The butchering knife is going to end up being put in that box over to our right. Open this, grab this stuff. Oh, the fat will not go in there. Okay. So let's put it in here, which is fine because we need it in here anyway, and wood scrap. That should be more than enough wood scrap. Okay, so let's close this one, and we're going to go this way. Drop this. We got to hurry up and get that fire started. Let's get a drink real quick. Down to 20%. Okay, here we go. All right, so the decision is, because I plan on having a merchant for this character up at North Point, I'm going to have to be able to get to North Point without running. So, first things first, we're going to have to build a rowboat, at the very least. I will not be building every boat in the game, but as a compromise, I will build the rowboat to start with, and either the Gnar or the cog, or possibly both. I need, open this up, we need the kindling. Okay, and we are going to, right beside, in this tile, activate wood scrap, right click kindling, create furnaces, campfire. There we go. We're going to open this. We're going to put a wood scrap in there. Not all of them, just one. We're going to let it get hot. And we just want to be able to right click on the forge and light it. Once that wood scrap gets hot, we can transfer it to our inventory. You can tell when it gets hot because it starts to damage out. That little yellow dot right there turns like an orangish reddish color. But you'll start seeing the damage go up. You want it to be a couple of days. You're going to use it anyway. You may as well write this scrap off. So it's not that big a deal if the damage goes up a bit. But you don't want to pull it out immediately, because it'll drop its heat immediately as well. You want it to still have heat enough for you to have time to activate it and then right click the forge. So, as I said, we're going to build the rowboat. We're going to build a Gnar, because just like Biddy, that boat to me is really, really impressive. Yes, it's a smaller boat, but it's still pretty doggone impressive. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to right click, light. Poof, our forge is running. And see, that wood scrap's already gone, so that doesn't matter anymore. Okay, we're going to open this. We've got our pottery bowls in here. We've got the log that's going to end up cooking. We don't care about the iron lumps at the moment. They're just going to get hot and melt and all that stuff regardless. But we want to be able to get some food. And we are now down to 18%. So once these get done cooking, we're definitely going to eat them. And then we're going to open this. We're going to grab out the pumpkin through the strawberries, so they're ready. Now, the smelting pot is in there not because we have anything to smelt, but because we can smelt if we needed to. And it's not hurting anything by being in there. It's a quality level 1. Realistically, it really, really, really doesn't matter. We don't have anything in it, but it is a container. So like, let's see. Okay, the iron file, for example, we could put that in there, and it would melt the iron part down. It would burn off the wood part, so it would just become a little tiny iron lump. I believe you actually lose some of it by smelting it down, but I'm not 100% certain. What the smelting pot primarily is for is skill ups. People use it to mass produce something that's fairly simple, fairly consistent. They got all the supplies for it. They don't have to produce a bunch of different things. They could just mass produce a bunch of the same thing. And then, like, for instance, iron pickaxes. They can make a bunch of those and then throw them in the smelting pot, get their iron back. They're not going to get the wood back, but they'll get the iron back so that they can make some more. And then they smelt them down and they get their iron back and they smelt some, or make some more. It's a reuse, or a way to have reusable source of material. And like I said, you do end up losing some of it, but here we go. We're down to 17%. Hot canine casserole, and look how slow that sucker's going. Oh, there's the third one. So we're going to pull him out too. And while we're doing those, we're going to add meat. We're going to add strawberries. I'm trying to do this before it starts cooking. I'm not that good at it. And we're going to add pumpkins. I believe as long as it's not completed, you can go ahead and put the rest of the ingredients in, and it won't actually cook until you're done. So even if I had everything, like you can see this one down here, the pumpkin just lit up. But it wouldn't actually cook these two. They would get to a certain point and stop until this one actually caught up with the stage that they were all on, so that they could produce a meal. I honestly couldn't tell you. I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% certain. We're at 29 now. 55% nutrition. But you see how that bar is definitely turning green as opposed to the orange that we've been dealing with. We got one more. Let's eat that one while these ones cook. So, as I said, we're going to make a rowboat to start with. We're going to make a gnar. And we will make probably the cog. But I might decide, once we're done with the gnar, I might decide to actually go with just making the not the Corbita, the other one, the big. If you guys watched my server update, or you watched the or server news, I'm sorry, or you watched Biddy's boats video, the very large black beauty, is what I named it. That hang on, we got these three, so we'll pull this out. Okay, and we're going to take that out, and this out. And we're going to eat those. Let me while those are going, give me just a second here. It is the Caravelle. So I'm not certain. Didn't really like the way that the mast goes in front of your face on the Caravelle. The cog, on the other hand, is kind of designed for hauling stuff. Yes, the Caravelle can haul more, but as far as volume goes, but the cog is big enough. Um, it is 5 by 2 by 7, whereas the Caravelle is 7 by 2 by 7. Um, so the Caravelle is bigger, but let's see. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of information on the hold capacity for the NAR, but it can hold 100 rafts, as can the Caravelle, whereas the cog can only hold 67. So the cog doesn't hold as much as uh, the NAR or the Caravelle, but I want to make at least three different boats. Okay, that's the first part. That's the first segment of what we're going to be doing for the Ironman Saga from this point forward. Segment 2, second condition. Um, we're going to get our bowcraft up, um, because which is carpentry. Um, right here, bowery, fletching. So we're gonna be working on carpentry regardless. But bowery and fletching. Sure, there aren't a whole lot of people that tend to play that like to use bows and arrows or whatever. But you got to remember, North Point has an archery area, but no gear for it. I did that on purpose because I thought maybe at some point somebody would want to be able to sell bows and arrows and so forth. And, this kind of gives me the opportunity to do it with the character. And originally I wasn't even thinking along those lines. Um, but it is a weapon, okay? So we're going to be able to. Oh, why am I right here? So bowery, fletching, works on carpentry. Shipbuilding works on carpentry. Um, so we're gonna be working towards making bows and arrows. Okay. On top of that, slightly different, but it's kind of the same concept. Because we're working with carpentry, um, and I've got quite a bit of knowledge working with oars and such, we're also going to be making basic tools. Not weapons, not armors. Basic tools. So, not like the pottery kind of stuff, but I'm talking like the iron files, the pickaxes, saws, that sort of thing. Um, because tools are going to be something that people are going to need. Um, yes, you can go out and oh, we already ate them, huh? You can go out and put that in there. We can put these in there. What did we get? What did we end up with? 57 with 61 nutrition. So maybe we should, let's see how much time we got left on this one. Examine. 45 minutes. Let's go out, since this is kind of already let's see, where are we at? We're 50 minutes into this already. Let's just go ahead and go out and grab some more food, and we'll work on getting our food stores up a bit more um, while we discuss this. So basic tools in the sense of, whoa, there's a seal. In case anybody has never been up close. Okay, they're non-hostile. I do not have the skills to be able to take one on. This guy will mess me up. Um, anyway, um, so we're going to be working on a bunch of different stuff anyway. Um, Paving is going to be one of them because we got to pave all this stuff. Digging and terraforming, because we're going to be flattening the ground out and all that stuff. We're still going to be working on combat. We're going to be lumberjacking. We're going to be, there's a bunch of stuff. Butchering, farming. So there's still a lot of different aspects that we're still be working on. But primarily, what we're going to be working towards is being able to build the 3 boats. Obviously, not at the same time. But, oh, we don't need to go over there. We need over here. Open this up. And we'll take beef this time. We'll do 6 more. Yeah, let's do 6 more. Six more strawberries and 6 more pumpkins. Okay, and that's all we're going to pull for now. So, I keep getting spun around on what I'm talking about. Okay, so shipbuilding, we need the 3 boats. Not at the same time. We're going to do one at a time. In the midst of that, we're going to be working up our carpentry skill so we can work on bowcraft, which means in order to make the bows, we need to work on um, uh, working with string and cloth and all that stuff. Um, the loom and what have you. So we need carpentry to be able to make the loom, and then we need the tailoring to work with the loom. So we're going to be getting other skills up anyway. We'd still want to get this leveled out if we can. We haven't tried yet with concrete, but that's some place that we definitely want to take a look at. We need our pottery bowls. Okay, we've got the rope tool. We need to make more cordage rope to make our tent, so we still have to do that. But once we got all the basic stuff done, we're basically just going to be focusing on making bows, making arrows, which requires, um, you know, using the iron and whatnot for the tips and so forth. In fact, so you have the arrow shafts, you have hunting arrows, war arrows. Obviously, we don't need walls. Different types of hunting arrow heads, different types of war arrow heads. Okay. So okay, there you go. So there's 2 different types of arrows that we can make, and we can use pretty much any type of metal to make them. Each metal has its own benefits and downfalls. Your silver, for example, is good against hunter mobs. That would be like bears and crocodiles and stuff. The creatures that will eat other creatures. it has an added benefit against them. Um, and everything is based against iron as far as whether or not it's got a benefit or downfall. Um, if I was to make mallets, for instance, the lead would be the direction I would probably end up going because it's a heavier uh, metal. Therefore, it's going to do more. It's got a higher percentage on its bash damage. Um, Now, that said, it's also going to weigh more. So when you're thinking about which weapons and tools and all that stuff that you want, you kind of have to pay attention to how much weight it's going to be putting on you as well, and whether or not it's going to be worth that. There are some people that try to min max, and I'm not condoning or I'm not condemning that in any way. But if you're going to do that in Worm, you kind of have to carry around a bunch of different weapons and a bunch of different armors, and it gets to be kind of a pain in the tuchus. So I focus on one weapon, one set of armor, which we will be getting armor. We're going to be making that for ourselves. But yeah, if we can sell off bows and arrows, and we've got the boats that we can deal with to be able to transport goods, and if we can sell off basic tools, um, for the different types of jobs. So I'm not talking like just the metal tools. I'm saying, okay, well, somebody might need a rope tool. Somebody might need, whatever. Um, so we make the different types of tools and sell them. We may end up with a couple of different merchants, um, or merchant contracts. One of them for tools and one of them specifically for archery stuff. I'm okay with that. That shows that this character is able to be, um, to support himself. And you know, if we can do that, all we got to do is build the 3 boats, and we're done. Then this saga comes to an end, and we move to the next thing. Which, by the way, I already have something in mind. I just haven't mentioned anything about it yet. Um, let's open that. We're going to take the pottery bowls in here, but it's going to be probably something along the same lines, but it's going to be it's going to present a different kind of challenge. So um, we'll cross that metaphorical bridge when we get there, because I am not building a bridge. Okay, so we can close. Yeah, we can close that guy. We don't need him anymore. Bring the forge over here. Let's see what we got. 53 and 61. As soon as these cook up, this should, I believe this is going to give us a breakfast, but I'm not sure. Let's go to lore and find out. Oh, beef casserole. Okay. So it's a beef casserole and a canine casserole. We stammering, excuse me. We were just dealing with the canine casserole. This'll give us beef casseroles. And what we may end up doing is making 3 more pottery bowls. So that we can have 3 set up and ready to go while there's 3 cooking. Then we can just grab those 3, grab these 3, good and good. But yeah, that's kind of the direction we're looking at. For those of you that are concerned about the future of North Point, don't worry, we're working on it. Biddy and I are putting in quite a bit of time when we can to fix the issues with North Point. There's some things, like for example, actually we're going to pull these out. that's going to be easier. So the mine, for example, if there's a lot of people in there mining iron, and the iron nodes start dropping off, and they just aren't there, and nobody's paying attention to it, well, then there's no longer, there it is, there's no longer iron. So every once in a while, somebody's going to have to go in there and double check, make sure that the nodes are good and all that stuff. Not an issue. We can do that. It would be nice if they were self-replenishing, but I have not ran across any mod or any means of being able to do that. There's a lot involved in not only being a GM, but doing server maintenance and server setups and trying to implement different things, and there just really isn't a whole lot of documentation on it. Worm Unlimited is not a super popular game, so that in and of itself makes it difficult to find any documentation on almost anything in the game. Gamester for Life did a fantastic job of his, well, considering I don't know exactly how many, I'm going to exaggerate a minute and say his, 15,000 tutorials. I'm certain there weren't that many. But he was in the hundreds. He did hundreds of videos on different tutorials for it, and this is how you take care of this. And there's a lot of people that didn't like his style. They refused to watch his videos because he was, I don't know, monotone. He had a British accent. Who cares? I've watched a number of his videos, and Old Bitty Gaming has mentioned that she's watched every single one of his videos, and some of them multiple times, when it comes to Worm. Now, granted, he did play other games as well. So he has other videos out there for other games, but I didn't pay attention to most of those. My interest is in Worm, and outside of him, there have been a few others that have done tutorials and little walkthroughs and so forth, but try to find any real documentation or videos or anything on setting up a server, maintaining a server, configuring a server. There's a few that are good for. Oh, these already done? No, they're not. That one is. We'll take that one. We'll eat that one. But there are a few that talk about, oh well, you can set up your own private server, blah blah blah. But they only touch, for the ones that I've seen so far, they only touch on the dedicate or non-dedicated private server that comes with the launcher. I'm running a public dedicated server that's being hosted elsewhere. There isn't a whole lot of information about the files as far as what to do with this one, how to set that one up, how to work this mod with this particular setting. What, there isn't a whole lot of any of that. So I'm having to go through and figure all this stuff out myself. We'll eat those two, and that should put us pretty doggone close. That would be 12 casseroles. 12. And that one's 1.6 kilograms. let me do something here real quick. Kilograms to pounds. Let's do a quick conversion here. So 1.6, was it? Yes, 1.6 kilograms is roughly equivalent to 3.5 pounds. Okay, 3.5 pounds times 2 casseroles is 7 pounds of food. And we're eating 12. That's a lot of food. I mean, a lot of food. I eat a lot of food, but holy cow. And we may not actually even finish this one. We're at 93% already. We may finish it. 94. 65% nutrition. Look how green that bar is, Biddy. um, she's been ribbing me so much about eating my raw pumpkins and getting my bar out of the orange and into the green, and how hers is green. And now, granted, it's been a little bit since we've talked food, but um, yeah, her bar was always green and mine was always orange, which the orange kind of signifies that you have no nutrition left. Most of the time I was fasting, which means I was going on my own body fat. Um, oh, so full you can't possibly eat anything else, and we have 0.01 left. Come on. There we go. So now that's gone. We're at 95% with a 65% nutrition. No calories, carbs, fats, or proteins. But we got a green bar. We're almost full there. So we're going to call it quits right now. We'll pull that out. Close that, and okay. So we're just going to let that sit for a minute. Where are we at? Right there. Okay, so that is going to be it for us today. We'll put that right in the middle. We're going to kill our inventory. We're going to check the tab real quick. Okay. So those guys are calling it a night. I'm calling it a night. Sounds like a plan. Hot food cooking increased to 3. Butchering knife increased to 2. Carving knife increased to 6. Tomorrow we're going to start working on some other stuff. Now that we got some food in our gullet, we're going to, um, you know, I don't want to say that we're going to do something and then turn out to do something else. So tune in tomorrow, find out what we're going to do. We're gonna do something. Um, might be a little bit exciting, might be a little boring. I'm not sure yet. I haven't quite figured it out, but we'll figure it out together. But that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. Um, I do know that the links in the description of the videos, um, some of them are broken. So keep that in mind. I will be within, hopefully, this next week. I will be fixing those links so you will not see links in the description today. And until I get the rest of those links fixed, or at least verify them, then there won't be any links down below. But you can go to worm-unlimited.com, do a search for Seattle Sanctuary. You will find the description of our server. You will find a link in where it says website. That's actually a link to our live map. You can check out what we got going on. There's the standard view that shows you all the deeds and towers and roads and all that stuff. You got topographic. which shows you the height of the different areas. There's several deeds going on. There's new ones coming up almost on a daily basis anymore. Um, if you are new to Worm, then be sure to grab a copy of Worm Unlimited, not Worm Online. It is technically the same game, but it is a different set of software. Grab Worm Unlimited. Come over to yeah, come over to Iron Man. Come over to Seattle Sanctuary. You're going to be welcome here. Um, you know, all we ask is that you leave the drama at the door, and you just kick back, relax, and enjoy the community. We are lighthearted, but we are family friendly, and we will try to maintain that. Um, I I don't much care for adult talk, so to speak, and I have yet to see any of that on this server. So people here are respectful. They're more than friendly. They love to chit chat. Um, they like to help each other out. We've got a really good community here. Come on over and check them out. But that's going to be it for me today. Thanks for watching the video, um, and I guess we'll see you in the next one.